Galnet News Digest, 9th of November 3307. We read the news so you don't have to.
In this week's news, opposing salvation.
Better FSD bonus boosts Brewer bridge building.
Watching the Thargoids.
PDB grows popular as 2 terrorist plots foiled.
The news that Admiral Tanner has defied his organisation Aegis and is now threatening Taurus Mining Ventures to try and get information about Aegis rival Salvation has been met with mixed reactions from commanders. While some welcome Tanner's apparent departure from the theoretically belligerent Aegis, others are wary of his motives and are concerned that if he's able to get the experimental weapon details from Salvation, he'll bring it obediently back to Aegis. While many commanders have supported Salvation and are keen to see what he can do to save humanity, there's also an upswelling of concern that Salvation's experimental weapon, that was used to such devastating effect in the Cornsar system, may serve to escalate the conflict further, and bring about a more decisive and devastating Thargoid invasion of the bubble. Some, like the Allied Order of Exemplars of the California Nebula, are hopeful that there may be a way for commanders effectively to show their support for peace between Thargoids and humanity in a meaningful way, and have called for no-fire systems. Whatever the opinion, there's a broad consensus that commanders should be able to have a say in whether we want peace or war with the Thargoids, about whether Salvation should be prevented from using his experimental weapon, and about whether Salvation or Aegis is better placed to represent humanity in those difficult decisions about the terms of peaceful coexistence with the Thargoids, or, alternatively, to annihilate or be annihilated. There is currently a standoff in the T-Tauri system between Tanner's megaship Musashi and Taurus Mining Ventures' asteroid base, Hind Mine. The next chapter in the story may not be long in coming.
Brewer Corporation is reported to be delighted after all the construction materials needed for Phase 2 of the Colonia Bridge Initiative were delivered within 52 hours of the appeal starting. And it only took that long because of a shortage of materials in Colonia. The top 75% of commanders at both ends, Alcor in the Bubble and Colonia, have been promised size 3, 4 and 6 fully engineered frameshift drives as a reward for their help. It seems likely that this offer motivated many of the participants, although there was also competition for the top 10 places, as those commanders will be given the chance to name one of the static megaships that'll make up the bridge. The FSDs earned as rewards are expected to be put into storage for collection on Friday or Saturday. Commanders are reminded to take them to Felicity Farseer or Elvira Martouk to fit the deep charge experimental modification to the size 3 and 4 modules and Mass Manager to the size 5 module for the very best performance possible. Because of the rapid completion of both appeals, many commanders were unable to participate. However, equivalent size 5 frameshift drives are already available from technology brokers, so there's some hope that the new sizes will also in due course be offered for sale.
The latest Thargoid incursions have proven harder to shift than expected. 9 systems in the Pleiades and the Witchhead Nebula are currently suffering incursions. After 12 days, the Thargoids in Asterope have virtually been wiped out, and work has started on Pleiades sector PD-S B4-0, which now has a significant Thargoid presence. All the other systems continue to have a massive Thargoid presence. And there are now 4 volumes of space with non-human signal sources, more than we've had for a long time. The Pleiades Nebula has a 175 light-year bubble of NHSSs centred around Merope. The Witchhead Nebula has a 75 light-year bubble around Witchhead sector IR-W C1-9. The Coalsack Nebula has a 60 light-year sphere around Muscadart region PJ-P B6-1, and the California Nebula has a 100 light-year bubble around HIP 18390. If you want to see the current state of Thargoid incursions, head over to the new AXI site, www.thargoid.watch.
The news this week that the majority of the Theta group of NMLA terrorists have been arrested comes on the heels of news last week that thousands of members of Jupiter's Wrath have also been arrested. Both sets of arrests have in common the use of intercepted communications as a means of detection. Vice President Jerome Archer's establishment of the Proactive Detection Bureau seems finally to have paid off, and the talk of government interference in private affairs is getting drowned out by the satisfaction of citizens who are comfortable that they're not about to be bombed by the NMLA or subjected to a coup attempt by corporatist paramilitary groups. The Republican government has weathered the storm, and talk of succession is largely in the past. The Federation may soon start a charm offensive to bring recently departed factions back into the federal fold. The time of uncertainty is over. We shall have peace in our time.
And that's this week's Galnet News. Galnet News. We read the news so you don't have to. Better FSD bonus boosts Brewer bridge building. Better FSD bonus boosts Better FSD bonus boosts Better FSD bonus boosts Brewer bridge building.